Lego My Jameso.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel Lego My Jameso. I am super excited to continue showing you how to start your own Bricklink store. This episode is going to be broken up into 3 parts. Part 1, how do you get paid? Part 2, shipping, and part 3, store terms. And this video should then get you started with the store. And then I will continue to go into all the aspects behind the scenes, sortation, listing, inventory, organization, and even we'll talk about taxes at some point in time. So I'm going to get into Bricklink now. This is part 1 of the video series. If you enjoy this content, please like and subscribe. And I'm always happy to show you more. So please leave a comment if you have a question or if there's something you don't understand or something that you want to see and know about Bricklink or Lego related in general. So, all right, now to Bricklink. All right, so go to the Bricklink website, log in. You'll have your page like this. And hopefully maybe if you saw the last video and took some advice, you updated this and you have a different photo there. Pretty cool stuff. But the moment we've been waiting for, if you have positive feedback now as a member on Bricklink, you can officially upgrade to a seller. And it's pretty sweet. So first thing you're going to want to do, upgrade to a seller. Click this button here. Then you'll have this page pop up. No, it won't say James Brick Warehouse. This is my store. I put it there, so feel free to look me up. So, store name. If you have a cool name, put something down. You can always change this. They used to not allow special characters, which is why my store is not James's Brick Warehouse. So I just made it. I was like, James Brick Warehouse. We'll go from there. And when I get rid of all these business cards, that's when I'll change my store name and rebrand. Well, maybe I'll just do it soon and buy more cards. But, all right, store name, you got it. Next, store address. This is different from your address as a member on Bricklink, but it could also be the same. Your member address is for when you're buying something and it's getting shipped to you. Your store depends on where your store is located. You can use a P.O. box for privacy if you don't want people knowing your return address. You can use, if you are living in an apartment now, but you're also closer to your parents or you're away at school and you're only there for the next couple of months and you don't want that address to be your store, then put an address that you'll have for the next year or so. Again, you could change your address, you could change your store name, you could always change this information later, but for now, add your address, your contact information, and boom, go from there. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. How do I get paid? How do I turn a bunch of parts, a set, whatever, into actual cash that I can cash? I need help. How do you turn parts into cash? So I am not familiar with Stripe. I don't know much about it, but there's probably a video out there for you. And if I ever learn something about it, I'll put a video out there. I'm familiar with PayPal, and it's been great for me for years. Just as a buyer on eBay, and then when I started my store on Bricklink, it was wonderful. I use my personal PayPal account. I don't have a separate one for my store, because I don't feel the need for now. But if I ever made this into a much more like a larger store, so to say, I would want a separate account. But create a PayPal account or a Stripe account. Use your bank or wherever you prefer your money to be sent to. You'll need all your financial information for setting up that account, so that's a whole different process. But set up an account, and it's honestly wonderful because then you can do your shipping through there. You can literally print your labels, you get paid, transfer money to your bank. It's wonderful. They take out their fees directly. Bricklink actually takes out sales tax directly when you sell something. Bricklink will charge buyers sales tax based on where they live, and Bricklink takes that money out, so you don't need to worry about it, and you don't need to worry about paying that money. The sales tax is taken out for every order. PayPal takes out their fees. In another video, we'll talk about income tax fees. Not fees, but income tax in general. And, I can get into that. So don't be scared. Don't let that deter you. Get started as a store, make some money, and it'll all work out perfectly. So that's why. Follow the series. I will help as much as I can. Let me know what you need. So set up a PayPal account or a Stripe account, but that's how you get paid. And you shouldn't have many problems connecting there. If you have a legit account, it will just link it and it'll be set up. You want it to be under the same name as your contact up here, I believe. All right, next thing is, what do I do for currency? Select the currency for where you're located, depending on what country you're in. But then down here is more important, accepted currencies. What am I willing to accept? I personally accept any currency and I ship to anywhere in the world. If a buyer is willing to pay the shipping on an order, I will gladly send to them. But, if you feel uncomfortable with that for now, again, you can update this later. You can just select US for now and not select any of these. I like working with people around the world. I'm happy to send them something if they want. When I first did it, it was definitely a new process for me, and I'll have a video on that. But that's up to you. You could even, if, like I said, if you're uncomfortable with it for now, leave it as the US. But it's a whole nother ball game to ship everywhere, and it makes your store more desirable, so to say. So we'll have a video on that. Don't stress. All right, and then that would also be your countries down here. And if you only want to send to a couple places, or you say, hey, yeah, let's say you have friends over in China, then you'll send there, and then you could select the currency, or you can make your decision on what you want it to be. Images, this isn't too important. You could select this or not select it, but it's pretty much saying that if Bricklink doesn't have a stock image for a certain part of an item within their catalog, it will ask you to upload a photo. I don't really do this, and I don't upload many photos at all to Bricklink. I just go with the stock photos and then have a description, but that's up to you. Some buyers upload their own photos, which is sometimes helpful, and sometimes they have like a link to a Google Drive or a Dropbox folder with photos to the set or listing they have, which is quite helpful. And then last but not least, the just terms of service, so to say, your agreement. I'd strongly recommend you read through this. There's important information in here, and it's not like you're just setting up an account with a random website, so to say. You're setting up a store. You're going to be selling to actual customers in the world, and you want to be professional about it, so you should know what the terms are, what you can and cannot do. And it's nothing really scary. It's good to read through this information and understand. Plus, in here you have your fees on what Bricklink charges, so that's good to know. And it's not a drastic fee at all. It's less than eBay and other selling platforms, so I love it. And yeah, lots of great information in here. Feel free to have a PDF copy of this on your computer, or just you can look it up at any point in time. It's always available on Bricklink. And then once you select that, it is time to upgrade to a seller. So yes, that's all there is to it. Setting up, it might take you a couple days to set up a PayPal or a Stripe account, depending. Sometimes they need verification. You should have an address, or use a family member's address wherever you're located. And then, decide, okay, who do I want to send to? And last but not least, going through the terms. Not a whole lot to it, but once you have all these steps filled out, you can upgrade to a seller and you could start listing items. That's all there is to it. Once you go through those steps and click accept, you will be an official Bricklink store. It's awesome to have a store page. You will be able to customize it, list new things, make some money. It's a lot of fun, and you'll probably stick with it once you get through these steps. So if this was helpful, please like and subscribe. I'll always be releasing content. Please check out part 2 next. That is on shipping, and it will help streamline shipping for you. And always leave comments if you have questions or things you want to see that I did not touch on. But I'm Lego My Jameso. Let's get you started with your Bricklink store, and thanks for checking out this video. Good night.